This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, Miss Becky.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
I feel like we haven't got to talk for a long time.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I said I feel like we haven't got to talk for a long time.
No, it's been a dude, I wouldn't bet if it's like a year, probably, huh?
Yeah, it's been forever.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Going real good. Yeah. Yeah, things are awesome this year. This year has kicked off. This is the best year I've had so far, I will tell you that.
Very nice. How long have you been
Yeah.
at it? Have you been at it like 10 years? Like, no, that's too much. But how long have you been at it?
I think going on about four. I
Okay,
think like 4 years.
very nice.
Yeah. Because my daughter was born, but I didn't really start doing this till she was like 6 months, maybe almost a year old, I don't think. So, and she's going to be 5 in May.
Very
So I
nice. That's
think I'm at like
good.
4. Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of hard work, I know, so that's great.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome. What gave you the inspiration, if you don't mind me asking?
I knew I had this wealth of knowledge about money stuff, and so I when I started, I was like, I just really want to help women like be smart about money. That was my big driver when I first started.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, so I
How did you
started that
think?
group where I met you the first time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, was doing trainings, and I've been kind of on a meandering path trying to find my thing that like really resonates and I feel like is like aligned with my soul. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%. That's been
And
my
I feel like I'm
struggle.
there.
Yes, I agree.
That's where you struggle, you said?
Yeah, it's my passion. Are we the only ones on here? I don't want to hold you up from other people.
Oh, that's okay. It looks like Amy might have joined us. Hi, Amy.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
How are you? I can
Good, how
hear
are you?
you. I
So a
am
weird
good.
passion that has resonated with me is sex trafficking bothers me, and if I could do anything around that area to help in that, would be really important for me.
Yeah, that's like such a worthwhile and sadly like prevalent like needed thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
it's just sad.
Yeah, it's out of control. So yeah. That and missing people, that bothers me too. I want to return missing people home.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of weird, like little things, but those are the things that would keep me up at night, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. People need to do that work. And so, yeah, if you feel called to it, I'm sure they need you in that space. Absolutely.
Just not sure how to do it, girl, but because it would be a late start for me too. It's not like I'm a young chicken, unfortunately. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm
it's
not sure
okay.
what to
I'm
do.
I'm not a young chicken either. And Melanie's on too. Hey, Melanie. All right. I'm assuming everyone can hear me because we've been having a little bit of back and forth. Hi, Melanie. All right. And we're a few minutes past, so I can go ahead and get started. My voice is probably gonna give out on me when I get towards the end of this. It shouldn't take the whole hour. I feel like it probably like 30 minutes, and then there'll be lots of time for Q&A if you guys want to ask questions. So I know Becky and Melanie from a little bit from before, but I don't know you very well yet, Amy. So it looks like you are an entrepreneur based on your profile. Okay. Okay, good. All right, well, I'll go ahead and get into it if that is cool with everybody.
That's good.
All right, welcome to More Money, More Life. I am really, really excited that you are all here today. I'm excited to talk about this because I have been, like Becky and I were talking, I've been in the money space for a long time, but more recently I've pivoted into manifestation specifically. And then I got even further into like the science of manifestation because a lot of people think it's like this woo-woo crazy stuff, but there is a lot of science rooted in it. So I'm excited to like give you a little bit of that tonight so that you can hear more about it and how that like permeates into everything that I do. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here on a Thursday night. I just have to take a minute to acknowledge all of you ladies because you're here. You're giving up your evening on a Thursday night, and it's because you want more money, right? But not just I want more money. You're looking for something deeper than that. You are tired of the version of your life where you're capable, you're smart, you work hard, but financial security always feels like this thing that's like off in the distance or it happens to other people. And you're tired of knowing that you have more in you and you're wondering why like things aren't moving faster. And you might be even sitting in a job right now thinking like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I don't know how to leave, but I know I need to. Like, I've got to get out of here. So tonight is for you, not to hype you up, not to give you a to-do list, to actually help you understand what's been in the way and what's possible on the other side. And the fact that you are investing in yourselves right now, making time to attend this, to learn and grow, like that's a huge deal. So few people actually take the time to do this, and most people just keep doing the same thing over and over again, hoping that something is going to magically change. But you guys are here, you're showing up, and you're taking action. So that tells me everything I need to know about you. You ladies are all about it, ready to get it done. Before we dive in, you probably don't know each other, so let me know where you're tuning in from tonight so you can get to know each other a little bit better. And then what does more money, more life actually mean to you? I would love to hear, like, in your words, is it more time with your kids or getting out of your job, paying off debt, being able to breathe financially, like what it means to you? And I'll give you guys a second to type. Actually, I think I'm gonna take this off. It's a little warm in here. It's been cold, but I guess my computer says it's still 75 outside right now, so maybe that's why I'm a little hot.
My computer's not really allowing, or my Zoom isn't allowing me to type, girl.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
But I'm from Chico anyway, Chico, California.
Okay.
And my thing is that I want I'm currently a CNA and that's very taxing work. And my priority right now is just getting out of debt.
Okay.
From being a single mom, I just kind of accumulated a lot of debt. And part of it's from a student loan that I got for a bachelor degree that didn't pay off.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been carrying around about $12,000 in student loan debt for like 10 years because I didn't have enough to take care of it. So,
Yeah. Oh, girl, mine was like 100K when I graduated, and that was just for school. And I'm still carrying it. Yeah. I think I'm like halfway, halfway paid down. Woo. 20 years ago, I graduated. It's ridiculous.
yeah, yeah.
Puerto Vallarta. That's amazing, Amy. Oh, I bet it's so beautiful down there. But from Wisconsin, so you probably hear my like Midwestern accent. I'm from Michigan originally. And Melanie's in South Carolina. Okay. More opportunity, more time, freedom without worrying. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Everyone's looking for that freedom to not worry when you spend.
Yep.
I love it. Okay. Well, tonight we are going to talk about why you feel stuck and why it has nothing to do with how hard you work or how badly you want it. The methodology that I use to help women stop interfering with their dreams, a practical 5-stage roadmap for planning your exit from your 9 to 5. So if you, I know there were some entrepreneurs, but also like some people in 9 to 5s who like knew about this event. So I'm excited to talk to both of you and let you know about some math that people don't think about a lot before they leave their 9 to 5. So we're going to talk about all that and what it actually looks like to build income on your terms aligned with who you are and what you want to do in this world. So I'm going to leave you with real tools tonight. And at the end, we're going to have a Q&A so that I can speak to your specific situation. All right, let's get into it. So you might be wondering who the heck I am and why you should listen to me or any of this. My name is Erin Thompson. I'm a manifestation and money coach, but I'm different because I'm an engineer by trade, which you wouldn't think of at all when you hear manifestation. It seems like two opposite ends of the spectrum. But I think in terms of systems, and I actually found manifestation by looking into the psychology of money mindset, and I ended up loving the woo aspects of it, but then I couldn't help but notice how many scientific principles that I kept seeing. So I went even deeper into the neuroscience, the psychology, the behavioral psychology, all of that, and how it intertwines in manifestation and how manifestation actually operates with those. And when I understood the mechanism behind it, everything changed. I grew up in a small blue collar town in middle of nowhere, Michigan, and hustle was just the air that we breathed. You know what I mean? You worked hard, you stayed practical, you didn't have big dreams. Like everybody kind of got this certain kind of life that gets to look like this. You know what I mean? And I carried all that into adulthood, into my marriage, into my finances, into how I thought about what was possible for somebody like me. But when I stopped hustling and I started doing the real work, my husband and I manifested 2 job offers for him simultaneously. We paid off over 6 figures of debt with the sale of our house. And then we bought our dream home, 4,000 square feet, in-ground pool, hot tub, sauna. We have all kinds of space. We're big classic car people. So we have like 3 garages here. Like it's insane. And I manifested a brand new car for me to haul the kids around because mine was getting kind of old. And we manifested the property next door so we could add 2 more acres to our property. So amazing stuff once I flipped the switch and started acting from a different place. And none of that came from pushing harder. It was all learning how to stop getting in my own way and interfering with what wanted to find me. And that phrase, stop interfering, it's at the heart of everything I do. So I'm going to explain later what I mean by that in just a few minutes. But yeah, a lot of times we're just in our own way.
Me too.
Sorry, we just had dinner, so I'm like thirsty. So more important than my story are my clients' stories. Lindsay landed her highest paying client ever, which was $2,500, right when her bank account hit 0. So she was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for this. Louise found out that she was receiving an unexpected inheritance of like $129,000 after we cleared her block that she had to earn every dollar the hard way. Stephanie got a raise and a $4,000 bonus after adding nervous system regulation to her practice because we had been working with her energy. And then once we added nervous system regulation, like things started happening for her. Terry won $1,500 in week 5 of my program. She said that this thought just popped into her head. Like, money flows to me as sure as rivers flow to the ocean. And she had never had a thought like that before, but just popped into her head. And she kept thinking it, and then bam, $1,500 just like showed up for her. And my own mom, my mom is going through my program right now. She just retired at the end of February. So she just started in March, and she received an unexpected check for $22,000 when she was only in week 2 of my program. It's from a life insurance rider that she didn't even realize like she was going to get. And it just showed up. This guy actually like came to her house and was like hand delivered a check to her, which is so bizarre. But 50% of my clients have made back their investment in my program before they even finish the program. And this is what happens when you stop blocking what's already trying to reach you. And tonight, I'm going to show you how to do that. So any of my fellow entrepreneurs out there, Amy, she probably totally gets this. This probably sounds familiar to you. You know how to make money. You've done it. You make sales. You have good months, maybe even great ones, but then something happens and like your income drops the next month, or you have a win, but then immediately brace for it to go away. Or you change something that was working, trying to figure out how to get the money to stay. It's like you panic once it shows up and you do all these things that actually make it go away. Or you might feel like as soon as I have a win, then like the transmission goes on my car or the water heater goes. And so there's always like this big expense that's right on the heels of a big win for you. And it just feels like you can't get the money to stay. And you've probably told yourself a story about why I need a better strategy, I need to be more consistent, I need to figure out the right offer, I need to post more, I need more time, all kinds of things. And you've tried those things, but this pattern keeps showing up. So what I want you to hear is the problem is not your strategy. It's not your effort. The problem is interference. So what I mean by that is your nervous system has been quietly associating money, more income, more visibility, more responsibility with danger. Not in like a dramatic way, but just as like a low level signal running in the background, like, this is unfamiliar. Unfamiliar means safe, like we better pull back here. So every time that money starts flowing in, you unconsciously interfere. You start overworking to try to lock it in. You might change your offers right when they're gaining traction. You add pressure on yourself and everyone around you, and that pressure is like the kiss of death in terms of your energy, right? It just pushes away everything that you want. You might check your bank account obsessively and panic every time. You might start to doubt the whole thing or want to burn it down and start over. And then your income drops. And then your brain sees that as evidence. Like, see, I knew that wouldn't last. But that's not failure. That's your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do, to keep you safe from the unknown. The problem is it's protecting you from the very things that you want in your life. They're just outside of your comfort zone. And it's trying to keep you in that bubble. And for the women that are in a 9-to-5 right now, this pattern has an extra layer because your nervous system also knows that leaving a steady paycheck means entering into that uncertainty, right? That uncertainty is a total threat to you, even if the paycheck is costing you your time, your peace, your presence with your kids, your sense of self. The paycheck feels safer than the unknown, even when the unknown is everything that you actually want. So you stay, not because that you're not brave enough, right? But because your nervous system hasn't been taught that it's safe to go. So that's what my work is actually about. It's not motivation, it's not strategy. We're not doing mantras or vision boards. I'm trying to restore trust between you and your ability to receive so that the life you want doesn't have to keep waiting for you to feel ready. So how do we actually fix this? I want to walk you through the methodology that I've developed and why it works differently than anything you've probably tried before. It's called the Allowance Method. And the way that it works is money does not respond to desire, unfortunately. It responds to safety, coherence, and non-interference, like not getting in the way. Most people are not blocked from money because they don't want it badly enough, or they don't work hard enough for it, or they haven't found the right strategy yet. They're blocked because they're over involved with it. They're watching their money, tracking it, worrying about it, attaching so much meaning to every fluctuation in their bank account that their nervous system stays in this constant state of low-grade threat around money. And that interference is what keeps the inconsistency alive. That's why your income feels up and down and kind of all over the place. The allowance method works by removing that interference layer by layer, so that what's already trying to reach you can just get to you. And it runs through 3 phases. I think of it like a 3-legged stool because you really have to have all 3 legs in place for the whole thing tips over. And the crazy thing is most manifestation coaches are only talking about one leg, usually. Like their signature thing is only one of the legs. And I have found you truly need all 3, especially once I found out more about the science behind it. I was like, ooh, yeah, those really need to all be there to work together. So the first leg is stabilization. Is it safe for me to receive? This is the foundation. Nothing else can hold if you don't have a regulated nervous system. Your nervous system is always asking that one question, am I safe? And if the answer is no, even subtly, even unconsciously, it will block you from receiving every time. And think about the way that the world works right now. A huge majority of us are in threat mode, struggling, yet blocking their circumstances from reaching us. And actually, like really, I'm super passionate about this, about educating women, because that was the catalyst for me. Like I was doing money topics And I started talking about money mindset, but as soon as I learned that being stressed about money just invites more money stress in, I was like, we gotta do something about this. Like, we're all running around stressed out about money and we're just making it worse. Like, I have to tell people, I have to scream this from the mountaintops. Oh, and I feel this huge moral obligation to like spread the word. We cannot keep perpetuating this cycle by being in a place of stress about money. So this first phase where we're working on nervous system stuff, this is not about pumping yourself up or telling yourself just think better thoughts. It's about actually calming your system so that your body stops treating money as a threat. Because when someone is chronically in a stress response, their perception of the world narrows, their risk tolerance drops, their creativity shuts down, and they miss opportunities because they're just like, it's like their worldview shrinks. I can only focus on these things because you're just in survival mode. But when this leg is stable, my clients often describe it as feeling like physically lighter, like something that they were bracing against just kind of releases and floats away. And that's not a side effect of this work. That is the mechanism, because that regulated nervous system, that's a receptive one. When people stabilize their nervous system and their identity, they interact with opportunities differently. They can see more opportunities and therefore interact with them differently. And then I have leg 2, which is deconstruction. Like, what am I unconsciously blocking? So once the system is calm, now we can kind of go in there and do precision work. This is where we identify the specific subconscious patterns that have been creating interference for you specifically. So all of the inherited beliefs about what women like you are allowed to have, identity level income caps, loyalty to struggle, fear of outgrowing your relationships or your sense of self. Because your beliefs influence, what you notice about the world, how you interpret events, what actions feel possible, and how long you're willing to stick with something and try before you see success with it. And throughout this process, I know it can probably seem like it would be really heavy work because we're really digging into some of your identities that are not helping you, but I don't dramatize this process at all. I'm not here to dig up pain with you or have you do that even. We're really just recognizing patterns. We recognize the patterns and we interrupt them and we stop rehearsing limitation. So the goal is deactivation, not excavation. We're not digging for skeletons. And this is usually where my clients start to see external movement of money. Because once your nervous system is regulated and then you start really shifting these identities about yourselves, the internal interference drops and what was already trying to reach you can now get to you. So a lot of the people that I have been working with, they're seeing by like week 5 or 6 that they're already having money moved to them and they're making back their investment halfway through the program. And then there's leg 3. So leg 3 is allowance. Like, can I let this arrive without controlling it? And this is where consistency is born. A lot of people think of allowance as passive, but it's not really passive. It's an active state of not interfering, of not getting in your way. You're learning to hold expectancy. I expect this money to be there without obsession, to let momentum build without micromanaging it every step of the way, to embody the version of you who already has what she wants before you have the bank account to prove it. And embodiment essentially just means acting and perceiving from the identity, the new identity that you're building. So that's going to be all of the decisions that you make, the habits that you have, even your posture and tone, how you carry yourself, opportunity recognition. I mean, when you are open to these things, you're going to start seeing opportunities pop up everywhere. And it affects your persistence, how long you're willing to work at something and stick with it before you start seeing results. A lot of people think, once I have the money, then I'll relax. But it actually works the other way around. The relaxation has to come first. The certainty has to come first. You have to have that faith. And that is what this phase builds, the third phase. You don't hustle and work and achieve your way into a new identity. You have to become her first, and then the results follow. When all 3 legs are working together, my clients describe things feeling almost effortless. Like they didn't really do anything, things just showed up. It's like magic. But that's not luck. That's what it looks like when you stabilize your internal state, you update your beliefs and your identity, and then you act and perceive your world from this new identity. You stop interfering with the abundance that's trying to reach you. And like I said before, most manifestation teachings, they only focus on like one leg of the stool. Most coaches are either leg two or maybe leg three, sometimes both, but I don't think that there's anyone else out there talking about how all three of these concepts intersect and how crucial they are and depend on each other. And if you don't have all three legs of the stool, then you're going to fall over. That's, you need all three legs. Otherwise, it's not going to stay up. So this is where a lot of people get frustrated. People hear about manifestation, they try, vision boarding, journaling, they do a couple things that people are talking about, and then they get frustrated, but it's not their fault. They didn't have all of the pieces to the puzzle. So how can they be successful? So I have a couple of goodies that I want to leave you with tonight. For Amy and all my entrepreneurs, I have a 5-minute cheat sheet to help you figure out how to make your income more consistent. So I can email that to you or send it to you in Messenger or whatever after this, if that is something that you'd be interested in. And for everybody who is here that is in a 9 to 5 and is looking for getting out of that 9 to 5, I have a quick roadmap that I'm going to walk through, and I can send that to you as well, through Messenger or email or whatever is easiest for you. Okay, cool. So yes, I'll actually bring that up really quick. No. I'm going to do this. Okay. So as you can see here, it's a pretty simple diagram, right? But there are definitely some stages that you want to go through when you are making your plan to get out of your 9 to 5. The first thing that you want to do is get really clear on what you actually want. What does your ideal life look like, right? This is future self work. And it's really, really important because your brain has such a higher likelihood of helping you achieve what you want. Like this is neuroscience, psychology stuff. If you have a clear vision for what you want. I've talked to people in the past and we'll talk about, what does like your glorious future look like? And they'll say, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to make a little bit more. But if you don't give your brain something to shoot for, then it doesn't really know where to go, how hard to go, how far to go. So it really helps to sit down and think about what you want your future life to look like. Are you traveling? Are you, taking care of a parent? Are you starting a farmstead? I know there's one of the girls in the program right now who really wants to start a farmstead. So like, what does your life look like? And then the next stage 2, you want to figure out what that life actually costs. So I would definitely recommend starting with whatever your fixed costs are now to like go through. I know a lot of people don't have budgets put together, but it's a really good idea. This is what my husband and I did before I left, to go through, okay, what do I no kidding need to pay every month? And this will be here whether I'm at this 9 to 5 or not. And then another good thing to think of, like for me, a couple of my kids are on the autism spectrum. One of my kid is a type 1 diabetic. So like insurance is huge for us. And I'm working to get my husband retired. So we're going to have to switch when he no longer has insurance to marketplace insurance. Like we need good insurance because otherwise the cost of insulin will eat us alive. So it's good to look into things like that. When I had looked years ago, it was like $2,000 a month it was going to cost for our family to have insurance. So it's a really good idea to look into that before you make the leap. And then if you want to be comfortable, if you want to be traveling a couple times a year, think about how much buffer you really want to have every month. And that kind of gives you an income target that you want to shoot for as you are putting together your plan to get out of your 9 to 5. And then when you're working with me, I make sure that we build out the best income streams for you. Because when you are doing something that is a right fit, it feels like bliss. It doesn't feel like you're pushing a rope up a hill. It doesn't feel like just another job that you have to do. It feels so much better when you're doing something that lights you up. So I use Myers-Briggs and Clifton Strengths and your human design, and I put all that together along with some questions that help you figure out, like, preference wise for your life, what works better for you. And then I put all that together and I come up with like 3 to 5 income streams that would be a great fit for you. And usually when I send it to the people, they're like delighted. They're like, "Oh my gosh." And they feel really seen because they match so well. And then they're really excited to go tackle at least 1 or 2 of them. So that is something that I highly recommend, is figuring out what would be a good way for you to bring in money. Not just, what's popular right now, what's everyone doing, what seems easy, right? You want to pick something that's good for you because it's so much easier to stick with it and to make it successful when you actually enjoy doing it. In stage 4, I highly recommend that you do the inner work so that you can actually hold on to and keep what you build. So that would be the 3 legs of the stool, right? You want to make sure that your nervous system is regulated. You want to make sure that you have gotten rid of those unhelpful identities. Because I will tell you, for the first couple years that I was in business, I hadn't done the inner work. And so I was pushing a rope up a hill. I was doing all these things and I felt like busy all the time and productive, but my bank account did not reflect all of the work that I was doing. And within me, I had my own blocks that was keeping me from the success that I was seeking and looking for. So I highly recommend to do that work first, or at the very beginning of whatever you're going to get into, because you really want to not have any of that, like, self-worth, self-love. Like, for me, I am worried about, like, my brother, we're polar opposites, and so he kind of had a rougher upbringing than me, and I was always like, didn't want to outshine him. And so getting into something where I have to be like an online personality and put myself out there was difficult when I didn't want to shine too brightly. So things like that, where you might not even think that it's something that would hold you back until you go to hit post and you're like, "Oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't feel comfortable putting myself out there like that." I highly recommend you work through that stuff first, because then the sky's the limit. Then when you're ready to take the leap off the cliff, you are ready to soar and, like, spread your wings and fly. And then for stage 5, you want to build your bridge and exit with intention. So have a good plan. Do I need to be making 50% of my current income before I leave? Do I need to be making 75? Does it need to be 100? Because whatever you're bringing in is going to be matching with the income that you have from your 9 to 5. So you want to get a good plan in place for that and figuring that out. And then you absolutely want to exit with intention. You don't want to feel like you are making a gamble, right? It just needs to feel like the natural next step. Like, of course, I would leave my job and continue to do this because I love this and this is going really well and this is the next natural progression, rather than forcing it and making it feel scary, because that scariness is going to make your nervous system flare up and things are going to spiral. So you definitely want it to feel safe. And then bonus, enjoy the hell out of your life. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you get to do when you pick something that you love doing, when you design your life, because that's what we do in my program too. We're figuring out, what does your perfect day look like? And then we're designing your life so that what you're doing for an income stream and how you're presenting yourself to the world, putting yourself out there, the things that you're going after, they align with that perfect day. They're not needing you to hustle and force and work so hard. They are allowing you to spend time on the couch reading books with your kids in the afternoon, and go to the movies in the middle of a work day because the kids thought it would be fun. I homeschool my kids, so I really enjoy how much time I get to be here with them and how much I get to interact with them and bond with them. That was one of the big reasons why I wanted to leave employment, because we were like, man, we have 5 kids. Like we had all these kids and we wanted to be with them. And now all these strangers are raising our kids. You know what I mean? So for us, that was a huge, huge driver. So yes, I will send this to you after the fact, but I wanted to just put it up so that you had something to look at besides my face. And now let me find my place in my notes. So yeah, your exit should feel really good. It should feel like stepping forward, not the bottom falling out from underneath you. And this is all stuff that I do with my clients. It might make sense, it might sound like it would make sense to start like doing all of the income stream stuff towards the end. I try to start doing it earlier. That way we're like figuring out these things in the background while you are releasing like, regulating your nervous system and releasing the unhelpful identities. You also now have in the back of your mind, like, ooh, I'm a person who's going to do this. So that as you're creating these new identities, you know what identity you're stepping into. And that way, in like the last couple weeks of the program, we're actually like, we have a roadmap for you so that you know exactly what to do. And we're getting you started. We're getting you successful in those different income streams. So the inner work, I can't stress how important it is. Because when you do the inner work, you wake up to payment notifications. You book sales calls without chasing anybody. You raise your prices and people say yes without hesitation. And not just yes, hell yes. They're psyched, right? You are debt free. You are booking that dream vacation, the longest one that you've ever taken. And it's the second one of this year. Like that's exciting, right? You are there for all the giggles and the sweet moments with your kids because you're not stressed about money anymore. You feel peaceful because you don't even have to think about money anymore. Just all the fun things that you get to do with it. You feel powerful because you fucking did it. You're so damn proud of yourself. And the example that you get to set for your kids. And you feel magnetic because all of that beautiful neuroscience and psychology worked together to make it feel magical. You just feel like these opportunities are magnetized to you. And this is what consistent income gets to feel like from home, around your schedule, on your terms. And it's not just possible for some people, it's possible for you. Because here's what I know about you. You're not someone who lacks information. You have probably researched this. You've thought about it. You may even have a list somewhere of ideas that you want to try. You might have even run the numbers already. What's missing isn't information. What's missing is someone who can see what you can't see from inside your head, the specific places where you're interfering with your own progress, and to help you remove it. Because the thing about interference, by definition, you can't see it clearly from inside. It feels like reality to you, right? It feels like this is just how things are. It feels like logical caution, not self-sabotage. So that's why I highly recommend this work requires a guide. You need someone who has walked this path before, not someone necessarily to motivate you or hold you accountable, though I can do that, but someone who can stabilize your system, who can help you see the patterns and walk alongside you while the interference clears. And I'm built for this work, not just trained in it, but built for it. And the program that I have designed is the most precise, most supported version of this methodology. And there is no one out there teaching anything this comprehensive or effective. And I call my program Paradise Unlocked because it's unlocked. We're getting out of our way. Inside Paradise Unlocked, I show you exactly how to stop chasing money and start allowing it to flow to you consistently. It's a 12-week high-touch experience built entirely around my allowance method. It's not a course that you move through alone and hope something clicks, right? You are fully supported as you move through all 3 phases of the work together. And I am listening to you, adjusting and guiding you the entire time. From the moment you join, you get access to the 4 nervous system regulation tools immediately before anything else, because your body has to come online first. You have to get that regulated before anything. So in phase 1, we're stabilizing the first leg of the stool. In phase 2, we're deconstructing and reprogramming your beliefs and your identity from the second leg of the stool. And then in phase 3, we are learning and practicing how to act and perceive the world from your new identity. Each phase builds on the last, and each one removes another layer of interference. And in phase 3, once you're regulated and clear, we turn all of that internal alignment toward your actual income strategy. So, like I said, I do personalized income streams using Myers-Briggs, Clifton Strengths, and your human design. And we look at what you're building, make sure that your offers and your energy are aligned. So for people who already have a business, we can, during our time working together, I can help you develop other income streams where they're like passive and they're just kind of running in the background while you're doing the thing that you really want to focus your time on. But also, we look at what you currently have for your offers. Do they feel aligned for you? Are you spending your time how you want to spend your time? Do you have your day designed the way that you want it to be lived? Is that how you want to live your life? So we go through all that, whether you already have a business or not. And like I said, 50% of my clients have already manifested surprise money that more than covered their investment in the program. And the half who haven't yet just haven't been in the program long enough yet. It's only been a few weeks for them. So my true goal is for you to have manifested surprise money that covers your investment before you finish the program. And then for you to be making like 3 to 6 times that amount of money every month within 6 months of finishing the program. Like the ROI is huge. And remember Louise, she was the one who had a deep block around, I can only accept money that I've earned through hard work. So she lives in North Carolina, where the hurricanes came through really bad last year. And she was like, when all that stuff happened, they were like hit really hard. Her and her husband own a pet store in the area, like pet supplies. And people were like, I don't know how to help. Like, let me send you money. And she had such a block around not receiving money that she didn't work for that she was like, I can't take this. Like, she felt weird about it. And she legit was just like, oh, let me give this to other people because she just felt so weird. Like it was such a deep block for her. But as soon as we cleared that, it was within, I think, a couple weeks that she manifested over $100,000 in unexpected money. Money that she didn't have to hustle for. It just showed up. So like I said, this program is high touch support for the woman who's done waiting and ready to move fast. I'll know immediately if something's off and we can fix it together before it costs you time and momentum. That's why the women inside Paradise Unlocked start seeing results so quickly because the system simply works when you have the right support behind it. You're not like left to figure it out alone at all. You have me, someone who's already walked this path, who knows how to support, how to spot, the blocks that you can't see and then redirect you when you start to slip. Ooh, throat's getting dry. And the result from doing all this work is you get to clear your primary money block within 30 days. Like your money blocks are gone. You start making money from aligned energy instead of desperate energy. You hit your first or next like 5K, 8K, 10K month. I don't know what your goals are, what you're going for, but you start hitting big money months, and that could happen as quick as 60 to 90 days. But you also, from this, get a system for maintaining consistent income that you can use forever. Every time you're ready to level up, you just go back through these things and you know how to do it safely so that your nervous system doesn't freak out and sabotage everything. It's something you can come back to again and again and again. So working with me is the difference between staying stuck and finally experiencing what consistent cash flow feels like. And the truth is, every month that you wait is another month that you are stressed about all the bullshit at your 9 to 5, right? Or the time that you're missing being with your kids. It's another month that you're delaying your dreams. And you only get this one life. Like, when does it become time to start living it the way that you want? So if you're already an entrepreneur, every month that you wait is another month that you're stressed about money, wondering where the next client is coming from, operating from scarcity instead of abundance. And sure, you could wait to get rolling, but how much is it costing you to stay where you are? So if you think about it, if you start April with the next cohort, my next cohort starts April 6th. By June, you could be celebrating your first 10K month. By September, consistent 10K months could be your new normal. But if you wait, you're looking at the same sporadic, stressful income pattern. And how much longer do you want to keep doing that? So Paradise Unlocked is for the action taker who doesn't want to wait. It's for the woman who knows that she's meant for more and is ready to do the inner work to get there. It's for the mom who is tired of the hustle and ready for the ease. And I want you to imagine something with me. So let's say it's a Tuesday morning, 6 months from now. You get to have slow mornings now. That's your new normal. It's your new thing. So you wake up, you make your coffee, maybe you sit outside for a few minutes just because there's time. You check your phone, there's payment notifications. Someone found you while you were sleeping and they bought something. And it's not a surprise anymore. This is just what Tuesday looks like now. You have a call later that day and you're actually really looking forward to it. And you have about 1 hour of work that you'll need to do beyond that, but you've got lots of time and space to do it, and you know exactly what you need to do. You pick your kids up from school, you've got a fun trip to the library and the park planned. It's so nice to get to spend that quality time with them now. And you don't calculate whether you can afford the next season of travel baseball or gymnastics. You breathe easy knowing that it's not going to be an issue at all. You went on a trip last month, you're planning another one for later this year, a bucket list trip, and it is going to be the longest one you've ever gotten to take. You're not monitoring your bank account with that low grade dread. You're not white knuckling a job that drains you. You're not trading the hours of your life for a paycheck that keeps you just comfortable enough to stay stuck. You have options. You have calm. You have a life that feels like yours. You are so unbelievably proud of yourself for this peaceful and secure life that you have built, and you love how fulfilling it is. That is what more money, more life actually means. And that is what Paradise Unlocked is designed to help you build. So like I said, I'm opening a small group for my April cohort. It starts April 6th. I only take 5 people per cohort, and I already have 1 signed up, so I have 4 spots left. And it might be 3 because I have another person who sounds like she might be pretty in. So I have a few slots, but I keep it intentionally small because I feel like everybody gets better, like more valuable support in that case. And I'm an introvert and I tend to attract introverts. I feel like our energies are like drawn to each other. And so I don't know about you, but like I don't love getting into those group programs where there's like 40 people. And then you're like, I don't even want to speak up and say anything because I feel weird. But having the small groups has been really nice. And there's a lot of camaraderie that's built between the women and the 2 cohorts that I'm running right now. So it's been really awesome to see that establish and the bond grow between them. But yeah, with me, I don't want, like, you're not just a number. You are an actual person that I care about and I want you to succeed. So if tonight resonated with you, if something clicked and you thought, yes, like this is what I've been missing, I would love to talk to you. Shoot me a DM with the word paradise and I will reach out personally and we can get on a quick call to make sure it's a good fit. And if it is, we'll get you started right away. Because every month that you wait is just another month inside the same pattern. But also, like, don't come at it from desperation, right? Come to this experience from readiness because that's the energy that is going to get you results. So if you're ready, DM me paradise and let's make 2026 the year that you finally start living your dreams. So yeah, I'm going to open it up for Q&A, but before we get to that, I just want to say one thing real quick. The life that you are imagining, like your dream life, it doesn't have to be a fantasy. It's not too much to want that. It's not something that only gets to happen for other people. It's simply a life that hasn't been realized yet because the interference hasn't been removed. But that's not a permanent condition. You're not stuck there forever. You don't have to have it all figured out before you begin. You just have to decide that the cost of staying where you are is higher than the discomfort of change. And that is all I had to say. Oh my gosh, that went way longer than I thought it was going to. I'm so sorry. No wonder my voice is getting so. Oh. But yeah, I would love to hear your questions. You can put them in the chat or you can go off mute if that's easier.
I was just gonna say, like, visualization, right? You believe in that, I'm guessing,
Oh
or no?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Every time I swear that I practice visualization, that it's powerful. Like stuff happens.
it
It's
is.
amazing.
Yeah. There's this really good book that I was reading, and they were talking about a study that they did with like middle school age kids in basketball.
Hmm.
And there was a control group where they did nothing different. And then there was a group where they actually practiced shooting baskets, like free throws, every day. And then there was a third group who didn't do any practicing. All they did was visualize it.
Uh-huh.
And when they actually did like, okay, now let's see how many of you guys can actually shoot a basket and like make it, the ones who did the visualization got more baskets in than the other two groups just from visualizing it more. So you're right, it's so powerful.
And I'm guessing that has something to do with the nerves too, right? Like it intertwines somewhat
Oh
somehow.
yeah, there's tons
Like
of
neurochemistry.
neuroscience and psychology built into that. Oh yeah.
And that's about all I got. Is this recorded at all so we could rewatch it?
It is. It should. Everybody who got invited, you should automatically get an email at that, like right when we want to hang up this,
Mhm.
basically, that's like, here's a recap of your meeting. And it'll
Okay.
have like a little summary and it will have the video that you can watch.
Okay. Because my little pens didn't work, so I'm like, oh no. Thank you.
That's like the worst time for your pen to go down. You're like, ah, curse you,
Yeah,
pen.
yes. Well, thank you, Erin. That's valuable. I will DM you. I have
Okay.
another question, but yeah, I'll DM you. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. I'm looking forward to talking with you some more.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. This was great. It's good to meet
Yeah,
you.
did you have any questions, Amy?
Um, are you willing to share the cost of the program here, or is it more of the DM?
Yeah, I could do that. It's 1500.
Okay. Okay.
I know I feel like it's such a dividing, like, should you tell people? Should you not tell
I
people? You
know,
could do
it's
it on the
like
call. And so yeah, I I go with what my like mentors have told me, but sometimes it's like nice to know, is this even in the realm of the possible for me?
mm-hmm.
It
Okay.
put me in a better spot to accept it, to go forward, just so you know. So that's nice.
Okay. And I do have
Yeah,
payment plans available as well.
that's what you said. That's what I'm gonna DM you about, or you could DM me about if you want, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
girl.
let's see.
Mostly because I
Yeah.
had a big tax thing. Oh my Lord, a tax nightmare. We won't get into it, but yeah. Ridiculous. Good to meet you,
Yeah.
Amy.
Yeah, good to meet you too. All right. Yeah, I don't really have any questions right now, but this is good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
thank you. I'm so thankful that you guys like showed up and spent your Thursday night here with me. I'm just like feel so gracious. Thank you.
I'm just happy to catch you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night, ladies.
You
You
too.
too. Oh,
Bye.
and I forgot to mention,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I forgot to mention everybody who came live, you also get entered into a drawing for a free Buried Beliefs breakthrough call with me. So we're like starting to dig into some of those identities
Ah.
and what might be there. So it's normally I hold those calls for like $222. So you'd win a free one. So I
Very
will
nice.
keep your eyes on your email for a potentially you might have won a free call.
Sounds great. Bye.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Becky.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks so much. Great to meet you, Amy.
You too. Bye.